Today I'm here to share my transitional sewing setup. I'm completely set up to sew any sewing project I want in a little space in our rental house here in Cambridge. Hi sewing friends, I'm Karina from liftingpinsandneedles.com. Welcome to this channel that is all about sewing, limitless sewing, and for a period I'm coming to you from Cambridge instead of from Brazil. I'm full-blown winter here, I'm in the backyard. It's a gorgeous, gorgeous day. I've been here for 2 weeks and we've been so blessed with the weather, even though it's been very cold. It's been sunny, 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 little bit of clouds here and there, but very sunny. And there's only been one day where we had to stay inside because the rain was continuous. I'm here to share with you the practicalities of my getting set up over here in Cambridge. As you know, a sewing channel can't exist without machines and fabric and all sorts. And there was a point here a couple of days after I arrived where I had zero of anything. So I was starting to get a little bit concerned, a little bit anxious here and there, but knowing that things were going to be resolved. Now, before I dive into what my decisions were and all the things, I wanted to let you know just a little bit of housekeeping over here at Lifting Pins and Needles. I always mention liftingpinsandneedles.com because I do have a website. If you go there, you can find all the videos, playlists, all that sort of thing. In the past, I used to do blog posts, but they were very time consuming and I'm a one-woman team, so I really couldn't keep up with that anymore. But I do have very helpful things for you, like my affiliate links on the top. And there's a page on the top that I've named Patterns on Sale that I'm trying to keep updated really frequently. So if you go and look there, you always see what patterns are on sale. For example, Green Style has a few patterns that are on sale for the whole month. Pattern Emporium is running their big 30% off site-wide sale right now. So all that information is there as well. Any sale that I know is going on, I will put it there. So whenever you want, you can check there and it's really easy for you to find. Playlist, information, my affiliate link, of course. Thank you to all of you who have been purchasing patterns at Pattern Emporium with my affiliate link. I'm super grateful. It's one of the ways I make an income creating helpful content here about sewing. So I'm super grateful that you've used my link, and the pattern sale isn't over yet. Finishes the 2nd of January at midday, but in Australia. So depending on where you are, if you're in the Americas, it might end the 1st of January at night. Now, what am I wearing over here? Let me show you. This is the Everydays a Weekend dress from Pattern Emporium. It's really nice. I made it in August, I think. It's a double brush poly I bought in Chile when I went over there in the winter. It's super nice, stretchy, warm. I think this is a perfect winter fabric. It keeps you toasty warm. So if I try to use this type of fabric in the summer, I get really hot. But in the winter, it's so nice. And this is a loose dress, has a lot of options. I've got a long sleeve and funnel neck option because I made it for winter and I always wanted to bring it over here. You can see it without the jacket as well. It's so nice and comfortable. What I've got under there, dark brown tights that are fleece lined. So nice. It's better than wearing pants. I actually feel warmer in dresses than I do in jeans or something like that. So I've got these big combat boots that I wish were brown, but they're not, they're black. I've got it paired with my brown soft shell jacket that you see, it's brown. So I always knew that brown was going to be in the picture here. This is a Pattern Emporium pattern. As I mentioned, all of them are 30% off, so have a look at that. Now, what about the sewing machines and all of that that I've been promising to share? I had a good think about this. I had so many kind offers to lend me machines from beautiful people over here in the UK, sent me emails, but I was super conflicted about this. And it's basically a philosophy of life that I've had all the time. It's stemming from my parents, from other people that follow the same thing. There's a saying in Spanish, and I'm going to say it in Spanish, that we sort of live by and I grew up with, which is en lo ajeno reina la desgracia, which means in someone else's property, misfortune reigns, or it means if you have something that's borrowed, it usually breaks or something happens to it. And so, you know, it's just a way of life. Like, my dad would never drive someone else's car. We would never borrow anything. Like, yeah, it's just a thing. If you have something borrowed, it's going to break. It's just the way that things go usually. So that made me super concerned. Also about people having sewing machines in other cities and how they would get them to me. I couldn't really get to them. And it was just a logistics thing that I decided in the end, just for peace of mind. And if I break these machines while I'm here, it's my responsibility. So I went ahead and just purchased machines. I had been looking around. I am very content to use a basic machine. It's not something I'm foreign to. I grew up and learned to sew on basic machines. Even now, I have a pretty basic machine. So I've never had a high-tech, amazing, top machine. I've always had sort of mid-range basics, and they work for me. You can see all the range of projects I'm able to achieve, and I don't actually think I'm missing out. So I decided on a Janome machine and on a Brother serger. I've got the numbers here, Janome 224A. It's really nice. I've set it up. I've tried it. I can even do a narrow zigzag. I can do a straight stitch. I can do a 3-step buttonhole, which is a little bit annoying, but I've done those before for a long time. So I'm not too upset about that. And sturdy, heavy machine. It feels substantial. The motor feels great. I have something very, very similar to this back home as my spare machine. And then I have my other main Janome machine. So I'm very familiar with the brand, and I thought, let's not change the brand of the machine. Let's keep it the same. And for the serger, I did change just because of the price was better. I just what I found easier. And I got a Brother serger, which is something that I haven't used. I have used Brother sewing machines in the past, but not sergers. And the model of this one is 343D. It's a serger that's been around for years, the model, because when I looked at YouTube videos about it, there were videos popping up like 8 years ago. So it's a well-known model that I think a lot of people use, great reviews. And look, if you know how to use a serger, you know how to use all of them because I looked at how you thread it. It's very similar, if not the same, to the one that I have at home, which is Janome machine. So I'm very happy. Let me show you where I'm going to be. If you ever imagine, how am I getting on? How am I doing this? Let me show you where I've set it all up, what I've got, the things that I've purchased, and how it all ends up being. And I'm set to go. I'm set to go sewing, and I'm very excited. So let's see. I'm going to show you my sewing setup. It's basically the little dining area that I'm going to take over. I'm going to scoot the machines aside for when we have to eat. I think my family will adapt easily to that. So yeah, just let me show you what I have here. Not much, but it's enough. So I've got my other camera and light that I'm going to use also for filming, but just now, this is what I've got going on. I'm very thankful that I have that lighting right above the table. I think it's going to be enough for filming. I get really good lighting there, so I don't have to buy an extra light. I thought about buying a ring light. I don't think it's going to be necessary. So we have this little table here, wooden chairs. It's a solid wooden table. It's very firm, so I'm very, very grateful for that because it'll take the sewing machines really well. I have a cutting mat that I bought here. It's still in its little bag. Has all the information in German, which I can't read obviously, but it's really nice because it's got purple on this side. So this is definitely one I'm going to take home in my suitcase. I've already flown with cutting mats before, and this is nice. I've been trying to get a purple cutting mat for a long time just because I like purple. So that is what's going to be on the table for cutting, and I'm also going to put it underneath the machines just to protect this table. This is a rental house, so I don't want to damage anything. Now, this is a sewing box that I brought, full of things I need, my hand sewing needles, pin cushion thing, lots of bobbins right there that I can refill, tape for making PDF patterns, fray check, lots of different scissors, my pins, bias tape makers, needles, markers, everything that I use all the time. Little snipper. I actually bought this at Backstitch the other day because I found it super cute. It's a little tape measure that I can take around with me. Here I've got chalk, just everything that I could possibly need. I don't need anything more than that. Seam gauge, a tweezer for the serger. That is where all the magic is going to happen. Now let me show you in the corner. I was able to buy a printer over here, brand new. It's HP. I have already tested it. It works perfectly fine. There's actually a plug there. So this is where it's going to live. And I'll be able to print my PDF projects. I have already printed one out and it was just music to my ears. The sound of it printing, I can actually get patterns now. That was one thing that was holding me back. Now there's this cupboard over here. This is a rental property that I think for shorter periods is also an Airbnb. There's lots of movies and books and board games. I was able to shove them all into other areas and get 2 spaces empty for my sewing stuff. So it's never going to be too full. I think I'll be buying fabric project at a time. So I've got my three pieces of fabric, some threads I've been buying in these larger cones. I have brown and black so far. So I have that shelf and I have that shelf, and I don't want to get more supplies than that so I don't get too overwhelmed. I also bought this little box with more colors. These are 1,000 yard rolls. So that's going to be handy. I'm also going to be buying them as I need them in the colors that, I will use. But I thought these were going to be handy. I'm glad the greens are here because I'm going to need these greens. Okay, the other thing that's important is that I'm very warm. It's very comfortable inside the house. There is a radiator. It sort of manages itself. Sometimes it's warm, sometimes it feels cool, but it just keeps the temperature, and he's so nice. So I'm always going to be comfortable. And then here's the window, and I can see the backyard. There's a little shed there, and this is the green wall that I've been filming in front of. So that's where I stand, and that is behind me right there. So grateful. This is nice. Even though the weather is not that great right now, I'm happy I can see outside while I'm sewing because I'm used to doing that back at home, and I can keep doing that the same. And seeing the green is really relaxing to me. And here I have the serger. It's a Brother 343D. I haven't really used this brand in such a long time. And then the basic sewing machine is this Janome 224A. It's a very basic machine, but I'm going to open them up now. Super excited. I've got my serger on the table, and I'm going to open it up, see what comes inside this packet. I'm going to have to learn how to thread it, how to do all those things. It's been making me a little bit nervous because I know my serger back home by heart. I don't this one. So I'm going to have to become confident with everything super fast. I am trying to see how I can take this one with me home because I think it could serve me over there. I don't have a spare serger. There's manuals and things. Here is the pedal. This is the actual serger. Here are all the things it comes with. Oh, it's got a few needles. That's awesome. Tweezer, other things. Check it out. So pretty. Feels nice and firm. It's already threaded there, so I'm gonna have to look at some YouTube videos. Here are the threads on the top. I'm gonna be using black thread to start everything. Yeah, I can't wait to get my hands on this and start using it because I need to get sewing, and this is brand new for me. I think I might be able to take this in my carry-on luggage. We shall see. I hope I can. There is the serger outside of its box. Yay. And now I've got this other little machine to get out of the box and have a look. I don't expect being nervous about using this because it's a very basic machine and I already use the same brand. I don't expect being confused or anything. So yeah, let's get this one out. So there's the instruction book. The pedal over here. And it's funny, I had to take this out sideways. So this is where the magic is going to happen. Let me see if this, yeah. So I took this out and this is where all the little gadgets come. This does not have an automatic buttonhole maker, so I'm going to have to be doing that 3-step buttonhole business with this, which is not foreign to me. I've done that before. There's a seam ripper, there's a few feet over here, some bobbins and some threads. Very basic things. I already brought some of my own feet also. And you can see the stitches are going to be very basic. It's just choosing. I think there's about 7 or 8 stitches. I'm mainly interested in the straight and the zigzag. It'll be super basic and I will make do with this. This is going to be absolutely fine. This one I'm not interested in taking back home. I think I'm going to donate it before I leave. And it'll serve me while I'm here, and I'm happy I was able to purchase this. Okay, so I am semi set up. I've got the 2 machines where they're going to live on top of the cutting mat. When I need to use the cutting mat, I'll just shuffle that this way and just rearrange everything as I go. I'm happy. I've got all the plugs going the right direction, and now I just have to fiddle and set all these things up with the black thread I want to use for my first project here. So yeah, if you ever wonder how I'm getting along, it's the dining room and I've got everything I need. One thing that you haven't seen is the ironing board with the iron. This belongs to the house. I've already used it. It works really well. When I'm sewing, it's going to be here. It's going to annoy my husband and my son, but that's the way it has to be. And that's where I'm going to be creating all the sewing content. So grateful to have a space and that it's going to work for this period of time. I have already been sewing. I'm sewing something amazing that's going to work for me over here. It's a winter garment. And the next content you're going to see is my first sewing makeover here in Cambridge. That is a Pattern Emporium pattern. So keep your eyes open for the next episode you'll see on this channel. I'm super excited to share. I've used one of the fabrics that I bought here. So I'm really happy to buy fabric and sew it up immediately, which is not something common for me. If you saw my tiny little fabric haul, you might have seen the 2 fabrics I purchased. I chose one of them and I'm making something super useful. I'll see you again super soon. Last days of the year, finishing strong over here at Lifting Pins and Needles. Different place, different circumstances, lots of challenges, but we're going over the hurdles, we're flying over them, and I couldn't be more pleased. Thank you for all your support and I'll see you super soon. Bye.